Today we're spending the day with basically entries into Inside Ashi, so the position we were doing as a warm-up. The first thing I'm going to point out is we're probably going to spend most of the day today just on entering from a stand against a standing opponent, just because there's a lot of ways to enter Inside Ashi, and of all like the leg entanglements, Inside Ashi is probably one of the strongest because you need really strong breaks when you're fighting your opponent. So it's something you have to have a lot of options for. I think it's really important to be able to land that from most positions. So first situation I want to do is like what we did last time, where we're starting in a shin on shin position. Okay, kind of like this, what we did earlier. And what we're going to do this time is the difference between Inside Ashi and Straight Ashi is I can't really just like shove my hips over and start entering Inside Ashi, because this entanglement's just not going to work right, and it's going to be very hard to hit Inside Ashi when he has weight on his foot, because it's going to be very important that I hit his foot light. So here, like with some of the entries we did with Straight Ashi, but it's a lot more important with Inside Ashi, and I just realized we're not quite in camera. So, with some of the Inside Ashi entries, it's going to be really important that I make this foot light and I get his hands on the floor. If his hands are carrying his weight, that means his foot's going to be light, okay? So, we're going to reuse that spiral kind of motion we did with Straight Ashi. I'm going to throw my head to this foot, I'm not trying to pull in, I'm trying to push sideways with his knee, and I'm going to kick his leg up at the same time. So it should look like this, and I should get this kind of a position from him, okay? So from here, this foot is going to come here on his butt. This foot is going to come down. I can lift this foot up, grab through, and now I have it Inside Ashi. And I immediately have the other leg tangled as well, so. Okay? So let's do that one again. So again, we get our nice sort of shin on shin guard here. And again, really important, I'm not pulling like this. I'm essentially going to give him a pass if I do like this. If he's very good at knee cuts or at like high tripod passes, I learned the hard way, don't do that against Joseph Chen, it's a bad idea. He is immediately going to be launching into his pass, and if I'm doing it like this, especially with a high tripod, because exactly, he's already cleared one leg, I've almost pulled back. So that's why you don't want to pull towards you, it needs to be a sideways motion. You need to make his head point away from you, okay? That's the really big point here when you're doing this entry, is you need to make sure you twist his body so his head looks away, like this. And now, I can come into my entry. Okay? So, we'll start with that one, then we'll go to the next one that also, the entries from standing position look deceptively complicated. They look really cool, but they're actually not that hard. So, we'll do the next one that also looks extremely cool, but it's not as cool as this, actually. It's actually kind of easy. That one's looking pretty good, so now I'm going to go to a different sort of entry, kind of this one. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into how to do something called the false read, which is generally speaking a good move to know. It's a great entry, I use this a lot. I know the fuck out of people with this all the time. And how do we do that in the standing position? False read we're going to see in a lot of different positions. I just want to start with the standing position. And what we're going to do is we're going to switch our guard to something called a pendejo guard. So the name came from Craig Jones. Yes, it does mean the asshole guard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take out my leg, grab here below, hook with my foot, like this, okay? And while we're doing this is not a guard I want to kind of sit here and hold. When I'm doing, the advantage I have is that my hands are being covered by my legs. So it's going to be hard for him to pull, but strip my grips. Because my legs are helping my hands. And in that particular transition, I can immediately go into my off balance. So kind of stand back where you were. Okay? So if I'm here, what I can do is I can basically kick, and I want to put my foot in the air as my other foot kind of wedges sideways into his knee. And I can use that to get that move hands to the floor now. Now I can come in here, and I'm going to go really deep with my elbow, and I'm going to hook in with this leg. From here, get my butt in the air, and I want to have an inversion. This is why we were doing so many inversions at the beginning. Now, take that leg out, and now I have my inside Ashi Entry. Okay. Again, yes, it looks really cool. Yes.
It's complicated.
It's not as complicated as it looks. The main points to remember is that when you invert, you need to really invert, and you want your ass as high in the air as you can get it. You don't want your butt dragging on the ground, because then you're not going to be able to get any leverage under. You need to get your body under his, okay? So again, the entry, we come in here, and we immediately kick him to the ground, and come in here. From here, invert, and disconnect the leg. And now I have my inside Ashi position here. Okay?
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, it does. It does look very, very cool. So, and again, this is one of my, right now, this is one of my favorite entries. I do this a lot. I really do this a lot. I am annoying the fuck out of Ilya with this in the back room, like almost every single day. This also just kind of keeps you, because something Ilya will do is like if we're in like a butterfly half, okay? Because some people, and Ilya does this a lot, is he'll come up here and he'll start to try and push in here. And yeah, exactly. And you can see exactly. You can immediately launch into that from there. You can also go to the backside 50. So that's also why it's one of those great entries, because it kind of works on a natural attempt a lot of people have to pass your guard. So they'll try to get up on their feet, they'll try to start into sort of a knee cut, and as they're doing that, you get the opening for the false read. Okay? So, want to do that attack?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. Okay, so, last one I want to do. This one is actually more or less what we did as part of the warm-up. So this is especially when he's not going very far away with that foot, but he's kind of standing parallel. It is basically, it's called the Imanari roll. This is for perfect situation right now. Where I have a chin on chin, he's leaning in, trying to get head position. Yeah, exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an inverted grip with this hand. Bring that foot out, and I really want to do a spin. And I can go immediately into an inside Ashi. Okay? I don't know if you guys have ever rolled with him. Kevin, he's really good at this. He does this a lot. It's even in the stand-up, he'll be standing up and he'll just go, boom, and he'll start trying to go into an Imanari roll, and he lands it a lot more often than you'd think. So it's catches a lot of people off guard, and a lot of people don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah. I wrote with him, he's always standing like this.
Yeah. Yeah. The minute you see his hand going like that, that's like, oh, he wants to do an Imanari roll. Okay, so anyway, going back, so we're starting in our inside Ashi position. Really important is I'm going to be doing this when the feet are kind of parallel. If he's going way far back, I'm not going to try and Imanari roll him now. Okay, that's going to be, I'm not going to get much momentum on this side, and that leg is too far away. Okay, so we're going to be in we want to be in sort of this position where exactly we're kind of hand fighting, and he's going to try and pressure in, and that's when I can come in like this. Okay? Really important is I want to be above his knee. Okay, if I'm below his knee, this is not going to work. And from here I can get my grips. Okay? You want to see that?
Maybe from this side we can do it again.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So same idea. We're here. We're kind of here, hand fighting. He's pressuring in. And really important, I don't grab like this. I grab with an inverted grip, take the leg out.
Nice. Yeah.
And again, it's one of those situations, it looks so damn cool when you do this. This has got to be one of the most beautiful takedowns / leg entries there are. Okay? So let's work on that one and then we'll do some position